Have you ever been scrolling through your feed and just felt like you've gotten whiplash? You know, one second you're seeing something about spiritual enlightenment, the next it's the financial collapse, then a dark comedy, then a stand-up special. It just feels like pure, random chaos, right? But what if it's not? What if all that noise is actually telling us a story about us? Let's decode this modern mirror. Okay, so let's start here with this huge statement of just absolute divinity and self-empowerment. The idea that we are the creators of our reality, that we're connected to everything. A pretty deep and profound place to begin.
And then, literally a thumb swipe away, we're plunged into a world of total systemic failure. The markets are collapsing, the institutions we were told to trust are lying, the whole thing is a time bomb, a completely different reality.
Then another scroll and we land on this. A moment that's, well, it's both surreal and really confrontational. It's unsettling, it's kind of weird, and it's a total tone shift from everything we've just seen.
And finally, we get to land on some pure comedy. A line so specific and so absurd that it's just meant to make us laugh. You know, a way to escape all that intensity and just enjoy the moment.
So, divinity, disaster, dark vigilantism, and boba festivals. What on earth is the pattern here? What does this digital cocktail of anxiety and aspiration and just plain absurdity actually say about us as a whole? That's the big question we're going to unpack.
Here's how we'll do it. We'll start by just acknowledging this digital deluge we're all in. Then we'll dive into our collective search for identity, our ways of coping with all the chaos, and our fascination with rebels. And by the end, we'll see exactly what this modern mirror is showing us.
Okay, first things first. That feeling of being totally overwhelmed by all these contradictory ideas, that's not just you. It's a universal part of modern life. We are all swimming in this infinite and, often jarring stream of information. So let's look at the first major pattern that's kind of hidden in all that noise. It's this deep collective search for who we are, and it's playing out through the content we watch and share. It's a quest for identity, and man, it takes a lot of different forms. A lot of times, this journey starts with a question that feels really big, almost spiritual. We're drawn to content that tells us to look inward, to ask these fundamental questions about our purpose and our place in the whole universe. But, the search isn't just spiritual, it's also psychological. We look for frameworks to understand our own minds. Take the concept of the highly sensitive person. We consume content that defines these traits. Deep processing, getting overstimulated easily, having high empathy, because seeing them laid out helps us go, oh, that's me. That's why I am the way I am. And it gets even more specific, right? We dive deep into personality types like INFJ, exploring these really niche descriptions of social behavior. In a world with infinite choices, these labels, they offer a sense of belonging and a way to explain ourselves. Each one is just another piece in that puzzle of self. And then there's the other side of the coin, the much more practical side of self-creation, the whole glow-up culture. Now, this isn't about deep introspection. It's all about external action. But it's more than just skincare, right? It's a way of asserting control. It's a response to this deep-seated anxiety that our value is tied to our youthful appearance. It's just another way we use content to build who we want to be. Okay, so if one big pattern is about finding ourselves, the next is about how we deal with the world around us. And our media choices are a really powerful reflection of our strategies for coping with a super complex reality. This slide just captures the two opposing coping mechanisms perfectly. On one hand, you have this profound spiritual trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And on the other, a really deep-seated cynicism that the system is fundamentally rigged against us. And this toggle between the two, it's not random. It reflects this deep human need for a sense of control. Either we believe we can shape our reality from within, or we need to identify the external forces that are responsible for our struggles. And our entertainment choices, they serve all these different coping needs. Sometimes we just need pure, explosive escapism. Other times we need a comedian to help us make sense of cultural absurdities. We'll dive into complex human dramas, or we'll explore these big philosophical questions about our own potential through sci-fi. Each one is a different tool for processing the world. But what happens when just coping isn't enough? Well, that's when we turn to stories of people who actively fight back against the system. The rebels, the non-conformists, the ones who dare to challenge the rules.
I mean, a perfect example is Prince's battle with his record label. This was so much more than a contract dispute. It became this landmark fight over intellectual property. He changed his name, he wrote slave on his face, and he saw the future of distribution years before the industry did. It's a classic underdog story, and we're drawn to it because it mirrors a very modern anxiety, the struggle for our own individual authenticity against these massive, impersonal systems.
And rebellion also happens on a really personal and cultural level. This quote, it challenges a powerful norm inside a community, the idea that identity is tied to certain foods. This isn't just about diet, it's about reclaiming agency over your own health and your own story. This kind of rebellion is quieter, but it's just as powerful, showing how we are constantly redrawing the lines of culture from the inside out. So, after looking at all these different patterns, the search for self, our coping mechanisms, the celebration of rebels, what's the big picture here? What does it all really add up to?
Here's the most crucial point. The chaos of your feed isn't really chaos at all. It's a mirror. And it's reflecting back the messy, complicated, contradictory reality of what it means to be human right now. It is the sum of all our fears, our hopes, our questions, and our desires.
And this table just lays it all out, doesn't it? We are complex enough to want spiritual enlightenment and financial justice at the exact same time. We crave deep psychological understanding of ourselves, but we also just want to watch giant robots fight. We want to rebel against cultural norms while simultaneously trying to reinvent ourselves with a new skincare routine. We contain all of it. We really do. And that really brings us to the final thought. We've decoded the collective feed, but the real question is about your own. If your personal algorithm, your infinite scroll, is a mirror that's been built just for you, what does it show? What parts of yourself are being reflected back at you every single day?